Tom Hicks.
Oh yeah, welcome inside the Blitz. It's week 10, Elijah. Can't believe we're here. The football season coming to an end with just 2 weeks left and a ton of teams looking to push to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, Emily, and that's right. A great example of that is our 10 tailgate game. Gibbs sit in the 4th spot while Heritage is outside in that 5th spot. So we'll go, that's where we'll start at. And you got those highlights.
Yeah, I do. A touchdown actually wasn't scored in this game until 4:30 was left in the 3rd quarter, but it's going to come from Gibbs running back 56 yards from DeJuan Harris. A 2-possession lead for the Eagles right here. Heritage responds later in the quarter with the Mountaineers' first points of the night. It's senior running back Thomas Bowers. He's gonna power through to the end zone. Yeah. See what I did there? At 10-7, Heritage would cut the lead, but Gibbs able to capitalize in the 4th with another big touchdown run from who other than DeJuan Harris yet again. 40 yards around multiple defenders. Gibbs wins this one 17-14, and Mark Packer and Rivalry Friday join us now with head coach Brad Turner. He talks more about what this win means moving forward.
Yeah, what a win tonight for Gibbs. Just a huge win to get to 7-2, and now that game next week with Carter. How big is that? Brad Turner, head coach at Gibbs tonight. Brad, how does it sound? 7-2. You can get a win over Carter next week to be right back here in the first round of the playoffs.
Man, it sounds great. Just super proud of our guys. This was a super physical game.
Yeah.
Didn't really go as like I thought it would, but I tell you, they're 2 linebackers, man. Be one of the best in town. I hope they're not on that All-Star game.
Yeah, this game went kind of off script a little bit. It was a 3-run homer in the first half. You had a 3-0 lead. I mean, just the grit of your team. Speak to that.
Yeah, man, we told them at halftime, we're not really going to change anything. We're just going to go out, and the most physical team's probably going to win. Got to clean up some mistakes. A lot of flags in that game.
Yeah.
I don't like games like that, either side. Let kids decide the game. But, we came out on top, and our guys up front did a great job. Chase Norman, our tight end, H-back, is a dog, man. I know he don't get the ball a ton, but if you go back and watch him block, that's Division I blocking for sure.
Last thing here, we talked about this. You got 9 coaches on your staff that are all Gibbs alums. You got a lot of Eagles on your staff. What does it mean to the staff to just kind of know where you have this program?
Well, we're all invested. I do probably the least of anybody. I mean, these guys put the time in, scouting and doing all those things. The one thing we do here at Gibbs, if you look over in the back corner, we built a place just for our coaches' wives and kids. Okay. And we have their kids here and the wives here all through the week and at night on the games. We try to make it a family thing, so they're still spending time with their kids. And when they're not there, the kids know what they're doing.
Hey, Brad, congratulations, man. Good luck next week.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Gibbs gets the win 17-14. Hard-fought win tonight over Heritage.
Over to Central, the Bobcats hosting William Blount, and the Governors trying to secure a playoff spot, and tonight would help. In the first, the Governors are in the red zone. Jaskin Dabrowski looks deep, and he finds the wrong team. John Woods, and he would get tripped up, and that would be for a short game, but it was a big play for the Bobcats on the ensuing drive for Central. Caden Long looks long, and he will find Torian McAfee, not
Jaden Long
McAfee.
looks long.
Yeah, he got great guys for the great throw and catch from these 2 guys. And then Central will be in that goal line area. Jaden Harris plows his way into the end zone, and the Bobcats score first, 7 to Nathan. But William Blount answered back. So he went from Dabrowski to now my broski. He dodges a few tackles, and he is gone. Fastest kid alive. He will get into the end zone, but that wouldn't be enough for the Bobcats as Central wins this one 40-39.
Elijah, am I a broski?
You're a broski.
Oh,
you're a broski. You're
amazing.
only broski.
All right, we stay in the same region. Over at West, the Rebels hosting the Beavs. West already up 24-7 at the half, and you ask yourself, Elijah, how can it get worse? Well, look at this. West comes up with a blocked punt, and they would have great field position. And then on the Revs' next drive, Messiah Wren would take advantage of the turnover. He takes the handoff and a nice run for the first down. Later in the same drive, Wren takes it once again, this time for 6. He pushes through and gets that lead to 31-7. Next drive, West once again at the goal line, and they would go in marching for another score. And West wins this one big. They're having a great second half of the season. 45-7 was the final.
Over to South Knoxville, the Mavericks in good position to make the playoffs, but South Doyle was just outside the top 4. First quarter action, the Mavs looking for a touchdown, and J.D. Gilliam finds number 6 4-6, Jason Thompson. And then Mavs back in possession. Gilliam looking for number 8 Gabe St. John, but he's picked instead. So he finds the wrong number 8, and Jeremiah Smith takes that to the house for the Cherokees, tying the game at 7. Mavs respond. Thompson, he goes to get the handoff, and he will get another 6 as he ducks his head and barges his way into pay dirt. AC up 14-7. Ensuing kickoff, Jeremiah Smith, this guy does everything, right? Receives the ball, decides to take everyone on a wild Cherokee chase as Smith stiffs arm, cuts, dodges his way to the end zone. South Doyle tied up 14-14, but Anderson pulls away and wins this one 49-27.
Yeah, we love to see J.D. Gillum get some action there. He was hurt for most of the season. Still ahead on the Blitz, we check in on some other teams, plus a familiar face. You see that one on your screen right now. He's on the sidelines for Alcoa.
Inside the Blitz, Alcoa at home tonight hosting Carter and Emily. Alcoa is doing a typical Alcoa thing, and they haven't lost the game yet this year. Could Carter pull off the upset?
Yeah, it's crazy because they moved up a class too. So the Tornadoes sit at the top of this region, but Carter not far behind, sitting at number 3. If you asked if Carter could pull off this upset, not with this guy under center. Thomas Manu finds Jameer Dean for the first score of the night. Tornadoes go up 7-0 early, and the touchdowns were on repeat. As always tonight for Alcoa, this one was all legs from junior running back Damari DeBouse. 22 yards for another Alcoa score. Brian Nixon Company go on to win big 42-0, still undefeated, and their 4th shutout of the season. And look at this, Elijah. An Alcoa legend was in the stands to watch it all unfold. Former NFL wide receiver and 4-time Alcoa state champion Randall Cobb was in town wearing his Letterman jacket for the game against Carter. At halftime, the Kentucky college football alum was also inducted into the 2025 Alcoa High School Hall of Fame. His whole family was by his side. He was signing autographs, as you can see, taking photos with fans. He said he's thankful for the support from the entire Alcoa community.
It's very exciting. This is where everything started for me, so it's nice to come back home and be able to be surrounded by family and friends and my loved ones and all the people that I grew up with and be able to share a moment.
On the private school side of things, GCA looking for their 3rd straight win over Lakeway Christian. Jace Ballard, the former Lakeway Lion, now playing for Grace Christian, have a big night. First quarter, bubble screen. Ballard's turn and that into a big play inside the 20 for Lakeway. And then on the ensuing play, Ballard out of the Wildcat, call his own number, and he will take it in for 6-0. Rams. Later in the half, Lakeway player goes down with an injury. Both teams and coaches and cheerleaders came out to pray for him.
This was really
on the
cool.
Field. And the player was carted off, taken to the hospital, which appeared to be a leg injury. We're hoping for a speedy recovery. Back to the game, Rams leading 9-0. And who else? Ballard up for the Wildcat position again. He gets another one. The Rams continue their great season with a 15-0 win.
This game turned out to be a lot closer than many thought, as Grace Christian was able to squeak this one out 15-0 over Lakeway. And really the big difference maker tonight was number 2 for Grace Christian, and that was Jace Ballard, the guy that was just on the opposite sideline last year. Again, suiting up for the Rams tonight, scoring 2 touchdowns to seal the victory.
I mean, we had to take it like any other game, and we came out here and we executed. We played a great game. It wasn't pretty, but we got the win. And I love playing against them, and you always play good when you play against your brothers, and I still love those guys, and they're my family.
We felt like we get some more points on the board, and we just didn't. But again, Jace Ballard, obviously they knew a lot about him, but he had a phenomenal night. And then our defense, what a performance by those guys.
And it will be a sweet start for the Rams next week because of a shutout. Teams getting donuts on Monday, so it's always a fun way to start the week. Reporting in Knox County, I'm Andrew McClung.
Thanks, Andrew, so much. Still ahead on the Blitz, it's Trifecta time. Play of the week, head of the week, helmet stickers right after this. Trifecta time, Trifecta time.
Hey, we got a play of the week. We got everything. Emily, you want to start us off?
We're singing tonight. Yeah, play of the week comes from South Doyle's Jeremiah Smith. We talked about him earlier in the show. Kickoff return for a touchdown. Oh my goodness. He's going to run till he can't run no more. That's Jeremiah Smith for you. He gets the play of the week.
I thought he played for Ohio State. But here we go. The hit of the week right here. Listen to me. Eli Talley.
I need to see it.
Boom! Oh. Hey, that's how you do it, Eli. That's how you do it, man. That's how you lay the wood, man. Yeah.
Oh, my
across
golly.
the middle. But listen, we gotta do this. We gotta do this helmet sticker. We gotta do the helmet
always
sticker.
forget to grab the helmet.
Guys.
Right, here we go. Here we go.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna start. We'll go Alcoa QB Thomas Manu. Listen to this. 1 pass away from a perfect game. 11 of 12, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns. But more importantly, Elijah, right now, he has more touchdown passes than incomplete passes still on the year, and it's week 10.
That is crazy.
I mean, I think that's true. I've seen it all over X, so I'm going to go with that.
I'm going to go with Jason Thompson for Anderson County. 20 carries, 328 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns.
How do I get that man on my fantasy team? I'm losing right now, but here we go. Here's the sticker. Here's the sticker.
I love that. 6 touchdowns is crazy. That's like Jace Ballard a few games ago. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. The Vols play Kentucky at 7:45 tomorrow night. But guess what, Elijah?
We're going to have it covered.
We're going to have it covered. Good night.